you. Hi, I'm Sarah from Hey You Guys.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi,
Sarah.
how are you doing?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Thank you very much. Congratulations, an incredible new season of Alex Rider. Was instantly hooked from episode 1 of season 2. So well done on that. How does it feel returning to the series?
It feels, incredible. It feels like you've gone on summer holidays, right? Everyone's gone off. And even though you might have seen your friends in the holidays, it's when you're back in school uniform with your friends that you're like, yeah, I'm home. It just feels amazing. And now that it's coming out again, it's like, oh, wow, look at this thing that we created together. It just reminds you of all of the great memories that you have with each other. Family for life. Honestly, it's the best.
Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a long old time in between 1 and 2, or longer than we planned because of a little pandemic that went around. But it was, just easy. Slip back into it and back with the gang.
That's amazing. Yeah, because I'm really obsessed with your little family unit on the show with you and Otto. And I was wondering, how do you guys develop this really, really like close family unit together?
I think we have to give some real big props to like our casting director. So shout out Gary Davey.
Big up Gary Davey.
The people that actually put us in the show, because they really, I have no complaints about any of my cast members. Everybody is absolutely generous and loving and caring and playful and present. And it's just a dream to be able to say, I'm going to work with my friends. Do you know, it's just amazing. And I've actually kind of forgotten your question, Sarah, because I'm thinking about how incredible these people are. And I'm just like, I miss them, even though Bren's right here.
Yeah, it was just like developing it with Otto as well, having that kind of intrinsic like family unit at the core of this big espionage spy series.
Yeah,
it was sort of semi-natural, wasn't it? We all got thrown in a room together and went, this works, and just sort of fell into it from there. And the more scenes we did and the more we met up was just got easier and easier. So yeah, big up Gary Davey.
Big them up.
Absolutely. I just want to take it back a couple of steps, and I just wanted to know, what drew you initially to your roles? Were you fans of the books to begin with, or did you get a script and you're like, I really want to play these characters?
I got the audition through to initially audition for Alex, and I'd read the books. I loved them as a kid. I remember reading them in my English lessons in like primary school, doing book reports on them and stuff like that. So when I got that through, I thought, this is ridiculous. There's no way in hell I'm ever going to be a part of this, let alone like Alex. And I read the sides, and it was a scene between Alex and this guy called Tom. And I was like, well, they've sent the wrong sides. I'm much better suited for that guy. So I sent my tape off for Alex and said, let me know when you're seeing the Toms, because that's when I'll be about. And it was weeks and weeks of going for Alex. And then the day before the last audition, they were like, can you go for Tom? And I was like, finally, we're getting there.
I guess my journey to Alex Rider was more straightforward. I had my audition, and then I had my recall, and I didn't quite actually know how big of a deal it was, the series, until I told my little brother. I was like to my little brother, oh, I've got this part, it's from a book, and it's called Alex Rider. And my little brother literally was like, he doesn't scream a lot, but he screamed, oh my God, sis, do you know what this means? So my little brother had read all the books, he was really familiar with it. So I guess that made my connection with Jack so much more stronger, because my relationship with my actual little brother is so deep and layered. So I kind of just nicked that and used it for Alex.
And you
Alex is my little brother.
Yeah, you guys do it so well. I really love the first episode where you're going on this holiday with the tents and the surfing. That a fun shoot. Did you guys learn surfing? I mean,
I didn't. I can't lie. I learned how to put on a wetsuit though. That was interesting enough. That was enough learning for me. It was far too cold to actually get in that water. Come on now. February in Cornwall, you joking? No.
Absolutely not.
And what I love about this series is that you guys have you have like the Alex unit and your characters circle around his kind of troubles and his like espionage, but you have your own journeys here as well. I wonder if you go on to your own characters' journeys a little bit more.
I think this season is definitely allowing us to explore the more emotional, internal conversations our characters have with themselves, in the sense that in season 1, we were definitely all about driving the narrative for Alex's discovery of espionage and knowing that he had the tools to be a spy, but didn't know he was a spy. Now in season 2, he's like, yes, I am a spy. And both myself, Jack, and I believe Bren's Tom, is like, oh, so how do we find ourselves in this story, and how do we make our own personal journeys more thorough and authentic? And it's interesting. That's where the fun part comes in for being an actor. You're going, okay, cool, I now have to go and fill in the gaps and make this part and this part interesting, because otherwise it can come across as a bit vacant, if you know what I mean, in terms of our individual stories, our individual character journeys. I don't know if I'm making sense. Go on, Bren, take it off.
I think it's an interesting one, because at the heart of the show is called Alex Rider. So there is very little room for a B line or a C line. There's Alex and there's the department and there's the villains. That's already 3 storylines going on at once. So if you have the heroes the heroes like support base having their own branching things, it can get heavy. So it's about where we slot into supporting Alex. And I think for Tom, this season, it's all about trying to protect Alex from repeating the history of the trauma of the first series, while also not overstepping and becoming too protective as a mate, because he's got no authority over Alex. He can't tell Alex what to do or say or where to go or where not to go, but he wants to stop him getting shot at, because he seems to get shot at a lot.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up in my next question, because you have some really wonderful scenes where you just kind of like coax Alex back into normalcy. You're like, let's go learn lines, let's do history, let's do all this kind of.
He's trying his best. Every scene I'm in, I seem to be going, please, let's just be normal teenagers for a second. I know you're busy. I know there's villains out there, but we got to learn about the Plantagenets, my dude.
Who cares about the world? Let's play this video game. It's fine.
Plantagenets.
Which is really, really great, because I think sometimes like Tom does play like a kind of Q-esque role. Like there's a scene in like season 2 where you're like monitoring the camera, but I do love those, when you're playing Romeo and Juliet, when you're doing that kind of like line scenes are really great.
Yeah, it's a nice little reminder that it's ridiculous that Alex is going through all of this because he's still got his GCSEs coming up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So save the world, GCSEs, and then to the pub.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, hey now, 16.
16.
No fake ID here. He's a good boy.
He is a spy though, Bren.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got fake IDs coming out the hizzle,
If it's based on his trauma, he's 45.
So I get really fascinated when people play lawyers, because there's so much jargon and so much to learn about lawyering. So I was wondering if you could talk a bit about, do you have to do a lot of study to play Jack and doing the whole?
Well, what was interesting was that Jack has always been a lawyer. So there was a lot of research that I did season 1. And I decided what kind of lawyer she was going to be, and when she would have taken her bar exam and all those kind of things. Was she going to work in prosecution, defense, and all that other stuff? Because I actually find it quite interesting. It's not something I actually want to do with my actual life. But I actually find it really interesting, and I think one of the main things that inspired me when I was doing more research around Jack's profession was the drive that people that are lawyers, that they have for justice and truth. So I took those two things and was like, okay, in everything Jack does, there has to be an essence of truth or justice. And in season 1, you know, I think she was still trying to figure that stuff out. She weren't really as, you know, savvy as she could have been, knowing that she had studied law. However, in this season, I feel like because she's actively in a place where that is her constant surroundings, she's better at navigating decisions and what needs to be done in order to protect, save, nurture, and almost free someone from the stuff that they've got themselves into. In what I mean, she wants to free Alex. That's what happens when they're like, yay, let's go on a holiday. She's trying to create a space of freedom, so he can be a child again. But yeah, I don't know if there's a particular way to play a lawyer. I think they will look, the lawyers look like doctors, the doctors look like actors, and actors look like, you know, lollipop ladies. Everyone looks the same.
Amazing. So just a final question. I think I've only got a few minutes remaining, but is there a particular episode coming up that you want to let fans know, like, you know, you've got to watch out for this one because it made you go, oh my God.
A whole season.
I'm going to throw 6. Yeah, whole season. I'm going to throw 6 into the mix. Why not?
Okay.
I'm saying nothing about it, but I'm throwing 6 into the mix.
6 into the mix. I like that. That is a good slogan for Alex Rider. 6 is in the mix.
Throw
the
6
whole
in the mix.
And me, it's the whole season. They got to watch everything. They can
It's
pick
true.
for
It's
themselves.
true. Yeah, please don't just watch 6. Come on now.
Just don't. You won't understand it if you just like drop in at 6 though, because there's a
won't
whole like escapade. I mean, from the, like I said from the beginning, episode 1, I was like, down. I'm here. I'm gonna watch it all and stream it all.
Amazing.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for talking with me today. You guys have been wonderful. I can't wait for everyone to see the season 2 of Alex Rider. I hope you have a very lovely rest of your day.
Thanks very
Sarah,
much. You too. Lovely chatting.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey You Guys!